Young Studs Top 10. Welcome in, y'all. Today I'm doing my top 10 player list for the 2024 MLB season. I'm also breaking out my jersey today because spring training ball games start this week. It is a wonderful time. Baseball will be back played in games. I'm also breaking out my top 10 players list going into 2024. This is my first time ever doing this, so this is like really exciting stuff for me. Who are my top 10 players in baseball? Everyone has a different list. And so I'm really excited to give you guys my list, and as always, you guys can let me know in the comment section what you agree or disagree with. So let's not waste any more time here. Getting started at number 10, Julio Rodriguez. J-Rod is going to crack my top 10 list. I've really become a big fan of J-Rod, and to me, he's an elite player. He's a very exciting player. He's a very marketable player for Major League Baseball, and Julio Rodriguez, he does it all on the field. He's a 5-tool player, plays really good defense in center field, really good bat, obviously, an all-star, 2-time home run derby participant. He's put on a great show in both home run derby. Like, J-Rod to me is a top 10 player in the game of baseball. I think he's done enough for me to enter this year as top 10, as he had 180 hits in 2023. We get a number 9 on this list. It's going to be Trey Turner. Trey Turner to me is a top 10 player in the game of baseball, and he may not crack top 10 list on some, but for me, he cracks the top 10 list. This guy is an elite player, and watching Trey Turner as I did up close for a couple of years, let me tell you, there were truly some special times there having Trey Turner wear a Dodger uniform. Of course, he's wearing this uniform now, the Philly pinstripes, but man, oh man, I was so sad to see him go because he's a top 10 player in the game, elite all the way around. The only knock on Trey Turner is the fact that he's a little bit sketchy at shortstop. A little bit sketchy defense, that's short, but overall, I love Trey Turner's game. We know how fast he is. He's just an elite player, man. And he scored 102 runs last year for Philadelphia. Number 8 on my list is going to be the great Mike Trout. Mike Trout is number 8 on the 2024 top 10 player list for me. Down year for Mike Trout. It's no surprise, no secret that he had a down year last year. The bug on Mike Trout is that he can't stay healthy, and that is very concerning overall. Want to see him get healthy. I want to see him stay on the field. Regardless of how the Angels play as a team, you want to see that guy on the field. Angels officially life after Trout. It is Trout's team once again. For me and my money, he's one of the best players in the game. People are kind of starting to write him off and doubt him. You should never doubt Mike Trout. So elite during the 2010s, but he's not done yet. He still has a lot left in the tank, I believe in. So he comes in for me at number 8, 367 on base percentage last year. Get a number 7 on my list is another Philadelphia Philly, and it's going to be Bryce Harper. So Bryce Harper is now going to be a full-time first baseman going forward, and I'm not sure if he's going to hold his word to that for the remainder of his career. But I think that was reported a couple of days ago that he's going to be playing first base now from now on. So that is certainly a decision to make by Bryce Harper, and he's on a long-term deal. Now on the surface, you know, $30 million or whatever it is for a first baseman, it's kind of tough. You don't want to pay that much, but to me, Bryce Harper, regardless of where he plays, he's going to play elite defense. He's a leader, and he is really the epitome of clutch and everything you want in a leader and a franchise player. So Bryce Harper to me, 2-time MVP, looking for that elusive World Series ring, but you watch Bryce Harper play, I mean, the guy is just dripping of aura, if you will. So Bryce Harper, for my money, is a top 7 player in the game of baseball, and that's where I have him on my 2024 list. As he had 134 hits last year, coming off of a elbow surgery in the offseason. That's the reason why I'm wearing a Phillies jersey. A couple of Phillies cracked the top 10 list for me. Let me get a number 6. It's going to be Fernando Tatis Jr. Now, this one is certainly a little bit biased here, but really, bias aside, like, even if I wasn't biased, Fernando Tatis Jr. coming in at number 26, the official MLB player list, is criminal. Like, that just should not happen. I get it, he hit 258 last year or whatever he hit, but really though, I mean, this was coming off of a year that he didn't play baseball at all, and he moved over to right field full time, and he won a gold glove. I think he even won a platinum glove. I mean, the guy was insane last year in right field. I really love Tatis at shortstop, but having him in right field and just get immediately acclimated to right field to play at a gold glove level was insane. And still hit 260 and still hit 32 doubles. That was pretty elite stuff, Fernando Tatis Jr. And I think he's only going to get better next year as Juan Soto's no longer there. So I think Fernando Tatis Jr. kind of takes over that role, takes over the reins once again. It is his team, him and Machado's team, and Fernando Tatis Jr. Do not sleep on FTJ. I think he will finish top 3 in the MVP voting as long as the Padres stay in the race. He might see FTJ in the top 3, minimum top 5 MVP voting. Number 5 on my list is going to be Mookie Betts. Seeing Mookie Betts up close certainly been a joy to watch. He kind of does it all on the baseball field. He plays right field, elite defense. He plays shortstop, elite defense. He plays second base, elite defense. And obviously, he is pretty elite at the plate as well. So, coming off of back-to-back 40 home run seasons, is the over going to hit on the 40 home runs this year? I don't know, but you know what? Mookie Betts is going to have quite the hitters behind him this season with Otani and Freddie Freeman. So Mookie Betts for me is a top 5 player because he plays such a great defense and he plays such a great offense. He's a top 5 player in the game for me. Looking forward to see what he does in 2024. Number 4 on my list is going to be Aaron Judge of the New York Yankees. So Aaron Judge got injured last year. Remember that Sunday night baseball game at Dodger Stadium? I think it was actually Saturday night baseball, but whenever it was, stubbed his toe in the outfield wall. I know he's out for like a month and a half, 2 months or whatever. So that was really unfortunate stuff that it took place like that. And even then, he still hit 37 home runs after missing like 2 months. I think it said that his toe injury is going to linger the rest of his career. So it was a pretty severe toe injury. And just hope he kind of stays healthy and maneuvers through it. But Aaron Judge is a top 5 player in the game of baseball for me. I hope he stays healthy. And if he does stay healthy, obviously we know what he does in right field. I think he's playing center field now this year. But wherever he's playing in the outfield is going to be pretty good. And obviously we know what he does at the plate. So Aaron Judge, for my money, is a top 5 player in the game of baseball, coming in at number 4. Top 3 on this list is going to be Corey Seager. And listen, I've always been a Corey Seager fan, obviously, and I did not want the Dodgers to let Corey Seager walk because shortstop is a premier position in the game of baseball. You want a premier shortstop, and certainly Corey Seager checks all the boxes there. He's a little bit sketchy on defense, but I did feel like he got better this season at shortstop. And he got better this season overall in every single category. So he did miss a few games this year, but when he was on the field, my oh my, you better watch out and not throw a ball anywhere near the plate because Corey Seager was going to whack that ball pretty hard. So Corey Seager is a top 3 player in the game. You saw what he did in the postseason, on the biggest stage once again. Winning the World Series MVP. Can you really argue with this? He is a top 10 player in the game of baseball at minimum. For me, he's number 3. He did have a league-leading 42 doubles last year as well. Top 2, here we go. Number 2 on this list is going to be Shohei Otani. Shohei Otani is on my Los Angeles Dodgers ball club, and I'm beyond pumped for that. And he would be number 1. He would be number 1. One guy didn't just go insane last year, and Otani was pitching, Otani would probably be number 1 on this list. But because Otani's not going to pitch this year in 2024, I have him at number 2. Now this could change into next year. He could be number 1, but for right now in 2024, he's, for my money, the second best player in baseball. Shohei Otani is going to be an insane megastar with the Dodgers. You're going to see nothing like it. I mean, we're kind of already seeing it in spring training. He hasn't even played a game, and the amount of coverage he's getting is really, really awesome. And I'm here for it. It really never gets old to see Shohei Otani wearing the Dodger blue. It's still kind of surreal. It's not going to really kick in until probably like opening day at Dodger Stadium in front of the fans when he gets that standing ovation for the first time. So it's going to be really awesome to see Shohei Otani with the Dodgers. I really can't wait for those Jacks at Dodger Stadium. I mean, they're going to be absolutely insane to see him pimping those home runs in Dodger blue. Wow, I really can't wait for that. So happy he's on my team. My money, he's the second best player in baseball going into 2024. He did lead the American League last year with 44 home runs en route to yet another MVP. So that means number 1 on this list, the best player in baseball going into 2024 is going to be Ronald Acuna Jr. For me, I think it's like you have to be either Acuna or Otani. Now, I'm not saying anyone else cannot be number 1, but I feel like it's got to be the MVPs. These 2 guys were the MVPs respectively of their leagues last year, and Ronald Acuna Jr. just went absolutely berserk, leading the league in 217 hits, 73 stolen bases, 416 on-base percentage, 1,012 OPS. He led the league in all those categories, and the first 40-70 man, right? So Ronald Acuna Jr. for me is the best player in baseball going into 2024, and he was on my fantasy team last year. I mean, he was absolutely going insane every single night. And so basically you want these guys on your fantasy team, and if I'm going into 2024 GM, These are the guys I want to build around. These are top 10 players in the game of baseball that I want to build around, lead my team to a championship. These are the top 10 players that I want to do so. Ronald Acuna Jr. to me is really just a special player. I mean, you watch Ronald Acuna Jr. take the field, you just feel like he's always going to get on base, do something special. I mean, he's just elite at what he does. Do I need to say more? We shall see how this ages, but I think overall, when it's all said and done, Ronald Acuna Jr. with standing injuries will be an #1 player in baseball in 2024.